Happy Monday, everyone. Time for another live commentary. I know it's been quite a while, and I apologize for that. This last week, I was actually away at the USFCA Coaches Academy in Las Vegas, where I got my foil monitor certification, so in theory, I should actually know what I'm talking about now. But let's not delay any further. This is a round of 16 bout for the World Championships that also happened this last week while I was away. I was following the live results very carefully. This is a women's foil bout between Inez Boubakri on the right and Astrid Guyart on the right, so let's do this. Did I say Inez was on the right? She's on the left. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, boom. Alright, so both of these women have been around about the same amount of time. I think they both started around the early 2000s, like 2002, 2003. Inez has been doing quite a bit better recently, although Guyart is certainly one of those people who, if you follow women's foil, you've seen her. She's been competing on the French team for quite a while now. This is going to be a very close bout, despite being so early in the tournament. I don't want to talk too much about men's foil, but I know there were a lot of maybe upsets, or some people may have been disappointed at the results, especially the American fencers there. And I'm certainly going to cover those as soon as the footage is released, and I give people time to watch it uncommented first, because I don't want to take views away from people. But both fencers are getting on the strip. Inez, of course, a lefty, Guyart, righty. But let's see how these two stack up. The world rankings right now are, I think Inez is 4th, and Guyart is probably, I'm not sure if she's in the top 32 even, but this is going to be a very close bout. So let's see what happens. Pretty quick start here from Inez. Finishes long. Astrid gets away from it. Actually, I'll just call her Guyart. For the last name's 2 syllables, it's worth doing. More marching from Inez with that withheld in 4. 2 off-target lights. Oh, those off-target lights really blend into the background there. I'll have to keep an eye out for those. Pretty slow march from Guyart compared to Inez's, but this doesn't feel too sincere just yet. It's probably more probing. Bouncing there, ends the attack. Inez starts searching for the blade a lot. Inez? Ooh. So Inez is usually pretty good at finishing that type of maybe medium tempo march, I'd call it. It's not all out aggression, but it's certainly not as withheld and tempered as Guyart's. Guyart marching again, though none of these are, as I said before, particularly sincere. A little bit of acceleration there from Inez. Just finds an off target though. So pretty slow scoring bout to start things off, although the motion has been certainly there. Let's see, Guyart finds the blade, starts marching. Gets a nice finish right into Inez as she does not step back, but still off target. No score yet. But with every exchange here, both fencers are getting valuable information that they can use later on in the bout. Or even immediately. More marching. That bounce back from Guyart is enough to give the attack to Boubakri though. Which, again, accelerates with a cross step and still still neither can find the target. But as I was saying, that little bounce back from Guyart's attack, that's going to be enough for the referee to turn things around and for Inez to start attacking. So, possibly not the best idea. Guyart has been pretty much confined to her half of the strip so far. Yeah, as soon as she makes it to the middle, interested to know what the call would be here. I can't really hear the referee. I think he's saying attack right no and counterattack left. There was a bit of hesitation there from both. But at any rate, it is going to be 1 light for Inez, and she's on the board. More marching from Guyart. Again though, not really willing to go past her center line, and there's another off target with the counterattack. That time Inez was going very, very fast. Perhaps she's rushing a little bit there. More marching. A little quicker this time from Guyart. Still finishes it short though. Not really trying to hit with it. And Inez finishes pretty... Actually, that was a fairly unremarkable finish. I'm not sure what her trigger was. It may have just been a distance mistake from Guyart. But still 2-0. Guyart's not really... Doesn't look like she's really trying to hit with her attacks at all. Though as I say that, she's pushing a bit farther now. And that should be Inez's parry riposte, right? Unless the referee has something else to say about it. Nope, it's Guyart's attack off target. little bit more marching from Inez. So it definitely looks like Inez is trying to hit with her attacks, as here, although this time Guyart finally successful with that counterattack. Although this time Inez wasn't really rushing at all. Perhaps it was the closeout that really sold it there for Guyart, but yeah, it looks like this pressure from Guyart is probably just to gain space on the strip to set up that counterattack that she was going for several times. This time, though, finishes off target. Maybe Inez wasn't expecting that. She was not stepping away in time, letting Guyart collapse the distance, but still misses. Lots of, I wouldn't say failed point control, because obviously these two have quite good point control, but a lot of maybe missed opportunities here. A little bit of infighting from Inez on the outside line, goes off target though. Lefty-righty, that far outside line to the flank is a pretty commonly used one, even in infighting situations like that. Now some acceleration from Guyart, but here falling victim to the same thing that cost Boubakri a touch earlier. Going a little bit too fast and a little bit too withheld lets Inez pick up the counterattack, no trouble. See, a little bit more probing back and forth. Again, distance collapses. Inez finds the blade though and goes off target again. But I imagine it's Inez can afford to give up these well, she's not really giving up touches even. She's just giving up opportunities for herself to score. For her, really, it's fine if she keeps going off target as long as she can keep stealing some here and there. More bit fast marching. There's a counter post from Inez. Very nice. Sadly though, it's again off target. Bit more hesitation. Who wants to take over the attack? It looks like it's Inez. Now, does Inez's attack stop? Very important call here. I'm not really sure myself. I would love to see slow motion, but if you've seen any of these live commentaries, and it is attack no from the left and attack right touch. Guyart hitting with basically a flesh right there. Flesh is not a very, at least a proper, technically correct flesh, is not very commonly seen in foil. But she did it right there, right as Inez stops. So very well done by her. Finishes again off target here. Again, I'm not sure if Inez's distance work is the best on defense. She's mostly been, I think, relying on Guyart just not really trying to hit her with these attacks. Looking more for parry riposte, as right there. That was a bit of very impressive point control, if I'm not mistaken. That was a line that was already kind of closing there from Inez, but Inez did not find the parry in time. Guyart finds the blade, but Inez takes it back, pushing her pretty close to the end of the strip. She's got to be worried. Nearly goes off, but finds the counterattack. I think Inez was a little bit too keen to push her over the edge there, and pays for it. And now Guyart takes the lead finally in this bout. Only 16 seconds left in the first period though, so not sure what the delay was there. But yeah, with such little time left in the period, we'll see if anyone can score in that amount of time. If anyone, it's probably going to be Inez, unless she rushes here. Finds an off target, maybe with remise, maybe with the first attack, doesn't really matter. Guyart's riposte, nowhere close. And I've got to imagine they'll probably back off at this point. I don't know if they're willing to make a touch without 11 seconds of setup. But as I say that, wow. Not totally convinced that the decision to step in again there from Inez was the correct one. That was, looked like a trap waiting to happen for Guyart, and now they're going to back off. So maybe not the best move there for Inez as the break begins. Maybe getting a little bit greedy towards the end there. Of course, the score is only 5-3. There's plenty of room to work with. All the way up to 15, in fact. But yeah, in this first period, it's been interesting. Guyart started off pretty passively and let Inez just attack her and hit a few times. Although, many more times she missed or went off target. Then Guyart started to kind of liven up a bit and pull the score right back to 5-3. Although the last little bit there, I'd have to say was more Inez's fault than anything else. Yeah, very interesting. Of course, I mentioned this before, Inez is quite a bit higher ranked than Guyart, but that's no real indication of how this bout may go. It is going to be quite close. A little bit of a hiccup there on the timer. That was interesting. Kind of paused there. It's doing that again. Not sure what's wrong. Maybe it's just something between the connection of the scoring apparatus to the whatever software they're using to display it on the screen. But at any rate, the break comes to an end and we should resume fencing in just a few seconds. I don't think there are any video challenges on the board yet. No cards, no anything. Pretty clean bout so far, aside from the maybe point control or accuracy issues both have been having. Although, I guess also both of these fencers have a bit of a reputation for being hard to hit. Inez maybe a little bit more because she's a lefty. There's been quite a few situations where the distance collapses and no one's able to find the target. So we'll see if they can rectify this. Again, more pretty quick march from Inez. Finishes long, Guyart gets away from it. And here's Guyart's march. Finishes right into the counterattack, but misses over the front shoulder. Inez gets a maybe kind of lucky counterattack. Guyart's point could have been on a little bit sooner, but her tempo was fine though. It was just the tip. I shouldn't say that way, but yeah, her accuracy was just a little bit off there. Oh, goes in for the foreflick, nearly made it. That was very close to working. Right around Guyart's attempted parry. Just, I think, went flat though, and her remise was off target. But she did have Guyart dead to rights there. That fast attack does have its uses. I mentioned before, if she rushes, she's vulnerable to a counterattack. But if she can catch Guyart at the right moment, that fast acceleration can be all she needs to seal the deal. Steps in with a counter post. That was very nice. So Guyart found the blade. Inez promptly took it back, opened the distance just a tiny bit, and then scored with the second intention there. She's been going for that counter post a couple times so far. I think she only got an off target with it though before. So because of that, I think she'd be pretty much unafraid of Guyart's parry riposte. It's just that counterattack she has to worry about if she rushes. Guyart finishes her attack a little bit out of distance. Lets Inez take it over. Again, there's that attempt. It's more of a preem finish this time. Goes off target though. But yeah, you can still see that acceleration is really powerful to get her in close before Guyart's really ready to do anything with the blades. And that beat makes it pretty hard to counterattack at that moment as well. Oh, there's Core. I feel like both have the same idea there, but instead of hitting, they both hit each other. One sec, there's a bug on my monitor. I'm going to try and... There we go. Alright, get out of here. Okay, so that's a yellow card? Is that what that light on the ground means? I'm not sure. I hope not, because that seemed like a pretty simple core. There was no jostling or anything. Maybe it was to avoid a touch, but who knows. In the meantime, Inez continues to march. Beat attack and finishes long. That is impressive. Very good identification from her that she could actually catch Guyart, despite Guyart moving away pretty quickly at that time. Again, it's that acceleration that's really doing it. She's starting at a medium tempo, but she still has plenty of, I guess, velocity space to work with in terms of going faster. Guyart finishes with the flush again. This time goes off target though, and honestly that was more of a running attack. I think she was a bit high in the bid. But still, Inez's kind of robotic counterattack there is maybe not going to cut it. It worked before when Guyart missed, but of course she's not guaranteed to miss every time. More slow marching. Oh, hesitation. And that is a situation that's worked for Guyart before, actually. The instances where she can make Inez not fully commit and then take over the attack really quickly. So attack, no attack situation. That bounce in, bounce out, I said before, it's going to let Inez step forward, but if Inez isn't confident and she hesitates herself, Guyart can just take it over again. That's probably going to be pass before the touch. I don't think Guyart picks that one up. I'm pretty sure Inez found the last parry, but because she stepped past, or rather was off the strip, that's what the halt was for, so there's no touch on the board. It's annulled. More marching from Inez, and once again does not find the target. Again, a bit of a lucky counterattack there for Guyart, but honestly, situations like that have been happening for both people this bout, so their accuracy is suffering pretty much equally at this point. Although, really, it's going to take... That's probably going to be attack left. She was already finishing into it, yeah. Not sure what Guyart was going for. Maybe hoping the distance collapse itself would be enough to make Inez miss. But Inez's blade was, of course, in the right place. Again, accelerates a lot. Finds an off-target, though. Guyart goes for a stop hit. Not really the same counterattack we've been seeing from her. Again, that automatically going for the outside line for infighting. I'm interested to see if someone's going to maybe switch over to Preen or maybe a deep four, that sort of thing, and try and pull a fast one. Because they've both been going for the outside line and they're infighting pretty consistently when the distance collapses like that. So I wonder if one of them's going to do the mind game and the other expecting the same thing, all of a sudden maybe go for the inside line. Who knows? But I think this infighting situation is more a symptom of the problems both of these fencers are having at hitting the target. There's a Premier post, but goes off target again. Who is going to get that one? Attack left. Yeah, I can see that. Guyart was a little bit hesitating off the line. Sorry if you can hear the very loud footsteps upstairs. More marching from Inez. Finishes off target. Guyart again going for the stop hit, and again goes off target. Not convinced that stop hit's going to be great against the amount of acceleration Inez can pull out. The crushing the distance counterattacks may be a better option here. And again, Guyart finishes with a flash. Inez did not look like she was ready for that at all. And once again, we're tied. This has been a very close bout after the first little bit. And the time is continuing to tick on. We're at 42 seconds left in the first period. Inez, very short finish to the arm. Guyart was already getting away. So yeah, I'm interested to see how that stop hit that Guyart's been attempting is figuring into her strategy. Because Inez has enough acceleration that she can still probably catch Guyart if she goes for it, unless she times it extraordinarily well. Like Derek Letsova levels of well. Again finishes the flesh. This time though, Inez finds the parry, waits quite a while for the riposte, lets Guyart prance right past her, and throws it out finally, going off target. That is actually a call that is pretty standard now. You can hold the riposte for as long as you want, as long as you deliver it. Oh, as I say that, maybe attack and prep might be the call there. Maybe just attack from Guyart. But yeah, as I was saying, the you can hold on to the riposte and wait for your opponent to pass and then throw it out. And it'll still be yours if you hit. But once again, Inez was off target with that one. But that was 2 actions ago. Inez searching right with the finish. A little bit dangerous maybe against that counterattack from Guyart, but 2 off targets is the call again. Or sorry, not the call. That's just what happened. I'm sure the call was attack left. And that was amazing. Right through the search. Beautiful. So it looks like whatever point control issues they were having, at that distance at least, Guyart can still find pretty incredible touch. And again, up by 2 in the second period, or at the end of the second period rather. The score is certainly increased, but the lead is the same. So, tactically, there have been a few developments. That second intention counter post from Inez is very powerful against Guyart's parry riposte. Guyart's been trying some stop hits. We haven't really seen them work yet. Some of them have gone off target, but I feel like Inez is going to be able to catch her if she tries that. In the meantime, there's still been a lot of infighting situations, although I hesitate to make a prediction based on a single action, because that may have been a fluke, but that last touch by Guyart was stunning. If she can manage her, manage her point control and use those fingers like she just did, she'll be able to make quite a... maybe force quite an adjustment from Inez. If she can manage that as the distance collapses. Granted, that last time Inez was pretty much stationary, just searching. If the distance is closing rapidly, it's going to be a lot harder to land that action for Guyart. But we'll see. Especially kind of ending the bout in that... excuse me, ending the period with an action like that, that's got to make Inez feel bad going into the next period. So let's see. Third and final period. Still plenty of score room to work with, although it's getting a little tighter. Calls probably still attack right, although I couldn't hear. Did not look like much of a pause there from Guyart. More marching from Guyart. Pretty much what we expect. Much more aggressive now. Inez goes off target. And Guyart there was looking for the remise immediately after finishing. So, being very, very aggressive. Inez finds the parry. Again, Guyart just crushes the distance. That time, Inez was looking for the premier post again. This time, oh, so those were yellow cards before. And that's going to be a red card for Guyart. Core to avoid a touch, I believe. And that's going to give Inez basically a free touch. Oh, there's a dog next to me. I hope that's not too distracting. Bounce, bounce, and Guyart finishes again. Similar to what happened before. That bounce in, bounce out seems to be favoring Guyart now, because Inez may be hesitating a bit too much. She wants to start that march, but if it's not there, Guyart can just hit her in prep. This time, though, stepping in. Very close still. This is almost certainly attack left. I can't really fathom a universe in which it's not, actually. She was already started when Guyart lunged in. But the referee's going to have a look. Okay, the dog is trying to sniff my feet. That's very annoying. Please leave. Thank you. What is the call going to be? Attack left, of course. Fast march, and this time, the stop hit does work. Now, critically, the difference here was that Inez basically used all of her acceleration too soon. And that meant that once she was at her full speed, Guyart could safely throw out the stop hit and still be able to get away. So, bit of an error there from Inez. Again stepping in, and again there's core. This might be another red card. Although I couldn't really tell who was really initiating that core. It was just both missed and then both stepped in. Again, both going for the outside. It's another... I thought I saw the ref's hand with another red card there. Yep, that's it. 12-12. Guyart giving away 2 red cards. 2 points by red card just for closing in like that. That last one, I'm not sure if she was totally at fault, but the referee's call is what it is. She's got to watch out for that, though. So, perhaps stepping in now against Inez's march is not going to be as safe an option with the risk of causing core. More slow marching from Guyart. Inez giving her quite a bit of space. Guyart finishes long, gives it up. More marching from Inez. Now, will she accelerate too soon? No, she will not. That was beautiful. But did Guyart pick up the blade? I heard one sound. Referee's original call is parry post right. Does not look like Inez is going to dispute that. Now, before Inez's reaction to this parry post was attempt to second attention counter post. Or second attention kind of implies that it's premeditated. But her counter parry post worked well, but those times she gave herself a lot more space to work with before committing that hard. This time she may have been so worried that Guyart was going to go for the stop hit that she had to get closer, and that meant she didn't have time to get the parry riposte. Or the counter parry riposte, I should say. Again, parry riposte from Guyart is off target. Inez not able to find the counter parry. So, kind of a tactical inversion here. Before it was the stop hit that was threatening for Guyart, now it's the parry riposte. Ooh, okay. Pretty fast from Inez, gets Guyart right to the end, and finally finishes. That time went super withheld. I was worried that Guyart was going to go for another counterattack, but she was still looking for the parry riposte right until the last second, so that's what enabled Inez to hit through that. It's kind of almost a rock, paper, scissors situation, or a tactical wheel situation right here. We've got Inez's withheld attack, we've got Inez's long finish, we've got parry riposte and counterattack for Guyart. So each fencer has basically one option that works well against one option from the opponent and loses to the other one. So it's... You could call it a coin flip, you could call it reading your opponent really well, but we'll see. Of course, at this level, fencers are able to change what they're doing right at the last second, so nothing is really guaranteed. Guyart finishes off target. Inez was searching, but a little bit close there. It's kind of dangerous for her. They were a bit close there when the referee put them on guard again. Oh, that was interesting. Guyart found the blade early, withheld the riposte originally. Inez went for the leaning in remise, and I think Guyart's riposte is still in time, but I'm not sure. Either way, 2 off targets. A very common situation, especially earlier this bout. Again, Inez goes for the stepping and counterattack. And again, Guyart's point control just isn't there. It looks like she was right around the front shoulder. We've seen one absolutely brilliant indirect kind of long finish from her, but when the distance is any closer than that, it looks like she's still been struggling to put the point on target. But I haven't really been paying attention to the score, but we are all tied up at 13 with a bit more than a minute in the last period. This is coming right down to the wire in every sense. That bounce back from Guyart makes Inez maybe a little greedy, but she does go in with the counterattack. She knows it's not her right of way there. Probably smart, because if she starts with the preparation, Guyart might just take it over. That's what she's been doing before. So that's probably a very good adjustment from her. More marching from Guyart. We expect her to maybe bounce back a bit. Nope, she just gives it up. Again, fast march from Inez. Guyart finds the parry riposte. Nice circle 6 to the outside line there. Now, the question is, will Inez be a bit more conservative with the next one and go for the counter parry riposte? Or will she just do the same thing? It's the same thing, but finishes long! How did she find that one? Managed to barely slip in before Guyart could find the blade. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. And just like that, it's 14-14, 53 seconds left. Okay. It was nearly over right there, but then both missed. And Inez pulled her mask off early, I think. I'm not sure if the referee said halt yet. Definitely ask to check your weapon there, because that was, oof. Certainly not a clean finish, although this bout's been pretty chock full of actions like that, where both end up really close and no one's turned a light on yet. So, let's just pretend that didn't happen. 51 seconds, 14-14. Let's see what goes on. More marching from Guyart. A little bit tense now, visibly. Inez just pulls distance, gets the parry. Starts, finishes long, gets the remise. Guyart critically goes for the pre-riposte. And that turned out to just be the right line for Inez to twist into. And gets one light with the remise. Critically also, she hasn't really been going for the remise on that long finish. She's been going for either just hitting with the first one and throwing it all out, or counter parry riposte. So, nice switch right at the end. Very close bout. I kind of feel bad for Guyart. But as I said, world ranking is not everything. I think Guyart is close to the bottom or not even in the top 32. And she still put up an amazing fight against Inez Boubakri, who is currently world rank 4. Although I think the world rankings now include the world championship results. So maybe that's just because, because Inez did so well here. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. I'm going to do some men's foil bouts as soon as I can find some on the internet. And I think the first few I'll do will be the Americans getting upset, because I'm sure people want to see that. In the meantime, the next Rio bout will be Toldo versus Garazzo. I'm nearly done it. I think I just need one more day or two of work. So expect that fairly soon. And as always, guys, stay sharp.